So procrastination and I in a long-term relationship. Like I want to break up with it, but I just keep putting it off. Like y'all, between procrastination and indecisiveness, sometimes it just takes me a long time to decide on a pattern for a make. Like either I know immediately what fabric I'm going to use for a particular pattern, or I belabor it and have three, four, five options sometimes, and it just takes me a while. And I got this fabric probably about 3 weeks ago now from Sewn Magazine, and the pictures are due in 7 days. But I go out of town in 5 days, so I gotta get a move on it. And so, probably a few days ago, I narrowed down what I wanted to do because obviously want to make something that is going to be fire and something I'm gonna wear more than once, right? Besides this magazine feature. And so I finally narrowed it down to two dresses. Um, and here are the patterns that I had to go to 3 Joanne, by the way. My closest Joanne, the one that's only 7 minutes from my house, did not have the pattern. I found them online, but of course they would never get here in time. And so I just decided, y'all, there's 4 Joanne in San Antonio. So I went to 2 of them and I found the patterns. So here they are. Both are Vogue patterns. The first one is Vogue 1735, which is a fan favorite apparently. I was looking through the hashtag on Instagram and boy, have a lot of people made this dress. And I can see why. It's very versatile, it's very flowy. You could dress it up, dress it down, depending on what type of fabric you use. So I can definitely see that. But the other option is Vogue 1801, and I really like this dress too. And to be honest, they're pretty similar. They are very similar. Obviously, this one is a lot longer, but you can lengthen this dress right here. They both have this deep V in the middle, though this one is really deep. And that's the only thing that's keeping me back from this one. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with this one because of that deep V, though I would like a sash or a tie around the waist. So I'm thinking about maybe adding it to this dress. And obviously the sleeves are different on both dresses. But y'all, this is the one I'm leaning to because let me show you the fabric. And let me just say, if you are watching this, the magazine is already out. One of the stipulations with Sewn Magazine, if you're ever featured in Sewn Magazine, is that you cannot share your make with anybody, social media, until it comes out in the magazine. So if you're watching this, the magazine is already out. And I wish I could tell you what month that's gonna be. Right now it is April, and I don't know when this magazine is coming out. I didn't even ask the question when Michelle reached out. She reached out and asked me if I would participate, and she was gonna send me the fabric, and I said, of course. But I didn't ask. I mean, I asked a lot of questions, more about the fabric and what I needed to make, and not when the magazine was gonna come out. So that's gonna be one of my follow-up questions once I finish this freaking dress. But y'all, here is the fabric. It is a silky print and it is so gorgeous. It is definitely my vibe. So she did a really good job pairing me with this fabric. And so what do you think? Now that you see the fabric and you see the pattern, I mean, not like I can really take your suggestions or your thoughts into consideration because by the time you see this, the dress is made. But this is what I am going to be creating. And I'm pretty excited because I feel like I will get a lot of wear out of this dress because I can wear it to almost any occasion. It's definitely a good for a date night or church or a professional event. And so that's where I am in my sewing journey. I want to make sure my makes are good for just more than one occasion or a one-time wear. So the clock is ticking and I got some sewing to do, so let's get going. So progress has been made. It's the next day. It's actually pretty late because my daughter had a hair appointment this morning. And so I'm just getting back, and this is the progress I made on the skirt this morning before we got ready to go. And I was able to finish the bodice. It's kind of finished. But here is the skirt, and I just love this print. It just looks so good, so luxurious. I love the feel of the fabric. And what I love more, y'all, is the inside. I just love the inside of my clothes. Like, now that I am actually pressing and using a pressing hand and the proper tools throughout my makes, it just looks so much better. And I'm gonna say something a little controversial. I know people say you do not need a serger to sew your own clothes, and you don't. You don't. You can get a really great garment without a serger. But your garment will look so much better on the inside when you have a serger. I mean, just look. The proof is in the pudding. But I just wanted to show you what the skirt looked like. I'm super excited to see what this is going to look like once it's finished. This is a super abstract print. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I like it. Or I think I like it. But anyhow, now that the skirt is finished, I need to add the bodice to the skirt, install the zipper, and then hem it. So essentially 3 steps left. Obviously, I have to add the fitting in there somewhere. And I can already tell, let me see if I can show you, that I'm going to need to take probably maybe about 1 inch off of the back of the skirt. So about 1/2 inch off of each side, because there is a lot of overlap there. And I still have to add the zipper. So not much to do. I am pretty certain that I can get these pictures in tomorrow. However, once I add the bodice to the skirt, I'm gonna take a break and go and wash my hair. Surprise, surprise, I need to do a back adjustment. This is probably the 3rd time that I've had to do a back adjustment. And the 2nd time me doing it and actually knowing what it's called. So apparently I have a short torso, and a back adjustment is simply taking some of the fabric out of the back of your garment so that it does not have that gap, right? Because there's extra fabric there. So I have to do that. And my daughter was just marking up and down the zipper because it's also a bit big in the back. And luckily for me, y'all, I basted this zipper on because I be knowing, or at least I know my body. And there's always usually some issues right here. I'm not super busty. Also, the short torso thing. So 9 times out of 10, I have to make some kind of adjustment to the bodice of my garments. And yeah, luckily, I actually started putting the zipper in place on the other side, and I stopped halfway through. So that side may take me a little longer to get the zipper off, but all in all, I already have half of it off since I've been talking to y'all. So that's what I'm working on, because I mean, I could wear it. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. But one thing I know, and 2 things for sure, I'm gonna spend the extra time to make sure whatever I'm making fits me like a glove, y'all. Like, what is the point of making something and it don't fit you like it was made for you? Because it is. So, it is time consuming. I'm not gonna lie, it's very time consuming, but it is worth it. So, y'all didn't see the dress on right side because she was making the marks. And it's a significant amount that I have to take off the back. Look at that. That's about 2.5 inches off each side. So I got a little bit of work to do, but like I said, it's gonna be all worth it in the end. The book is here. The magazine is out, so that means the dress is done. And look, y'all, I am a cover girl. So obviously, fast forward, it is now September. I've had the book a few weeks. I know timeliness is not my best trait, but I am actively working on it. But y'all, isn't it so cute? Like, I really love this cover image. Like, this whole upcycle situation is bomb.com. And one of the things I really like about being in this magazine, just being introduced to a bunch of sewists and creatives that, you know, I've never met before, I've never seen their work before. And there's just so much goodness in this issue. My girl Shamir's in there, my girl Onika, Alyssa, like the list goes on. It also features the South Florida Frocktails in here. Look, I opened right up to the page. So there's just so much goodness in here. Very colorful. There's actually a lot of Ankara. And I'm gonna go ahead and sit it down so you can get a better look. See, it's just so good. There's so much goodness in this magazine. I don't know if it's too late to get a copy of this one. I know I've reached out to Michelle in the past when I was looking for a previous publication, but the best way to get these magazines are to subscribe. I believe, don't quote me, I believe they come out quarterly. So the second month of the quarter. So this was the August magazine, and y'all, I'm in a damn magazine and did not get it until, I think I purchased it around July. I actually did. No, I did. I purchased it early July for August. So I would guess the next one would probably be the November edition. So you should be checking for that in October. So next month. But anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed walking through and making this dress with me. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'm just going to show you a few of the pictures that did not make the magazine. But until next time, see you on the next video.